the skies, whispers of defiance. In the dead of night, it's who of rage reignite.
Oh my god, hello! Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Or, if we were Celtic, some Samhain.
Oh my god, the chair just levitated.
Oh my god.
So,
Happy Halloween, we love you guys.
right, I would like to start by saying I bet you wonder what I am. And
I know what,
it can
what
change
they are.
throughout the entire show, but the first person I am is an emo person.
I said Lesmo.
When I was a lesmo, I wore some black eyeliner and touched a couple giant tits.
Yeah, that was hot.
Just
That was
thought of
that was
on
very
myself.
good. Quick emo, like if we had those little blurbs up here on the right, it'd be like, local musician Mark Millen has been in 3 famous emo bands and is currently in Hawthorne Heights.
Yep. Did you know that Barron Trump is dating a Argentinian ballroom dancer and it's not a woman?
What's the appropriate word for her?
And he closed out. Whoa! It's a lot of cock donkeys.
That makes me
I don't know
so
if it's valid or not. but it's a rumor.
massively happy.
It's a rumor.
Because he has Queen vibes, and he's gonna live a long time because his mother is separately wealthy and wealthy with Trump.
She got her own shit going on.
Right. So he could be okay when his dad gets tried for war crimes.
Right.
But anyway, I love that, and it makes me super happy. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Welcome to our queer community.
Speaking of queer community, what did you do Saturday?
Saturday, I went to the Battle of the Bands in Troy, Halloween Freakout 10 at the American Legion. First off, if you're a punk person, Legion shows are great. You're in a big hall that used to be filled with cigarette smoke. That was the first great thing that had changed.
Oh.
The only real thing that had changed.
I love that changed.
There was no cigarette smoke in there. And nobody smoked. There was like 5 people that went outside to smoke cigarettes. Even the drinkers were hitting their respiratory units. I don't know what kind, but some kind. All the bands were great. There were 2 bands I liked the most. Creepy Crawlers,
Ooh.
one of my favorite bands. Bat Thorn, which wasn't exactly something that like I would listen to in the radio or at home, but they did a good show. They had this guy that played guitar for 3 other bands that night. Like
Ooh, I bet his fingies were on fire.
Right, and he was good because he did emo, he did screamo, and then he did pop punk rock.
Pop.
Right, and his scream was pretty good. And I forget the name of the band that he was with. They had a female lead, and she was fucking awesome. It was like, imagine if...
Was she blonde?
She was short and blonde, and like...
Well, I think maybe Allison is taller. Because,
I'd say your height.
I'd have to... I
But
don't
she
know.
was cool as fuck. Like, she was like as good as the lady from Evanescence, and she screamed.
Was she like our age?
I'm gonna say that like generation where we're the older kids, so the people that are like 38 to 40 right now.
That might have been her.
Okay, it might have been.
friend-
She was
ahead.
cool as shit. I loved her. Her vibe was badass.
I'm gonna shit if this was her.
I saw my first Juggalo band. Shout out to Hollywood Heartthrobs, I think is their name. Their beats were really good. I ended up liking them, even though their intensely misogynistic lyrics may have just been for shock value. I don't know these 2 individuals personally, but they were a pretty good knockoff of the setup on the guys from ICP. One was smaller and shorter, and the other one was tall and chunky. and it was very similar to ICP. And I think they were more of a play on some band called Hollywood Undead that I don't listen to. But I just thought they were ICP.
Maybe it's the other sister. But did she look anything like that?
A little bit, but shorter. A little bit.
I'm trying to think what the other sister's name is.
You could probably, I'll have to look, but I have the flyer online for Halloween Freakout where it says all the band names. That's her regular band that she's in. And she was rad. Because I liked her band because they drank alcohol while they were playing. And you don't see that a lot with bands anymore. They all had a couple beers while they were playing, and I loved that. And they had a weird 80s grandma lamp that they had on stage on top of their amplifier that I thought was pretty cool.
Okay, so if it wouldn't have been that's the one that I showed you. It would have been that one.
Okay, she looks a lot like that girl, but with longer hair now.
Yeah, her hair's longer now. I don't know that she's even on, but anyway, that would be so funny if that was her sister.
That would be. And I was there until midnight.
So my booger catcher today is by The Adventure Begins, Christopher and Christy, 120 or 7/22/23. That's the wedding that I was in. One of them had a DUI arrest over the weekend, but I digress ever so respectfully. So while we were gone, I did do a...
That's my brother-in-law and sister's name.
Really?
Yeah, but she spells hers differently.
Oh, that's funny. So I had the spooky sleepover with our cheer girls, and we did activities outside. We painted because the weather was nice. We had snacks, and then my friend Chris is starting a business where he dresses up in character and will come take pictures or come to your house. Well, he's got a Grinch costume. And I said, Chris, I got a house full of screaming girls. Please come scare the shit out of them. He said, I'm on my way. And I got all the girls here in the living room, and we're sitting here chatting, and all of a sudden the door opens and Chris pops in as the Grinch. And he's like, I'm here to steal Christmas. I was like, but it's Halloween. And he's like, oh shit, wrong holiday. It was great.
I saw the video.
It was so funny.
Super cute.
All their legs. Everybody was like, all their legs started going like this at the same time they did. Those girls shit their pants. But I will say...
Because he was a good Grinch. It looked like any Grinch person you'd see
I
at
think
a
the
theme
only
park.
critique I would give is he wants to be a speaking character. So it was hard hearing him through the mask. So what he should get is a little microphone, one of the tiny ones that he can wrap around his face and then put the mask on and then have a speaker on his sleeve or something so he can be heard, because usually characters like that, they don't speak, they just walk up,
Right,
that's
but if you're
something
gonna do
different.
that, you kind of need we cut a hole out and then put some pantyhose over it, so
Yeah,
you can't
so you
really
can-
see the
right.
mouth that well.
And I will say, we had a wonderful time, but I'm going to tell you, I don't think I'm going to do sleepovers anymore. I can't. I am too old. And I'll tell you what, all I heard, I couldn't even go piss. I couldn't even have a thought.
Was
Coach
giggles?
Cat, Coach Cat, Coach Cat, Coach Cat, hey Coach Cat, Coach Cat, Coach Cat. And I'm like,
Did anybody get anything stuck in their nose? Anything
no,
stupid?
we didn't have any casualties. We didn't have any accidents. Everybody had a great time.
What did they eat?
We made quesadillas, but we carved pumpkins into the quesadilla to make it look like pumpkins, because with the
that is
cheese and everything. The
super
girls
fun.
loved that. And then we did pretzel and white chocolate spider webs, and we decorated it. They did it last year. They loved it. And then we did we got some paint out and let them paint. And then we had 12 of these little skulls. And
Did anybody paint anything disturbing? Is one of the kids gonna definitely be goth?
No, disappointingly enough, nobody.
That's weird when goth kids, or kids that have goth parents, don't choose to be goth. Because all the Grateful Dead parents I know, their kids are deadheads too.
Yeah.
It's never that way with goth or emo kids or parents.
So we were talking this morning before we started filming, and Nick was telling me that
lot.
he got some great sleep last night, but he had a very vivid dream. And I want him to tell you about his dream. And then I want to tell you about the most recent vivid dream that I had that child, I'm never eating Marco's Pizza again. Go ahead. Because that made me dream some crazy shit.
Mine was kind of like, I was living in a post-apocalyptic Phillipsburg Elementary, but it wasn't our Phillipsburg Elementary that's like just sitting there being vandalized in the real world. And I can remember trying to pack my shit up so I could go work. And I remember my cousins being there and a couple dead people being there. It's pretty basic as far as vivid dreams goes, but it was still intense. I think it's because I watched a bunch of Jamaica shit right before bed about the hurricane. The hurricane.
Well, I took a bite of Marco's Pizza and went to sleep. And I dreamt that my husband and I were in North Dakota where my younger brother and sister live with their spouses.
That sounds like hell. But those people are cool. I've talked to them before on the telephone.
It is a different kind of hell, and they are pleasant people. In my dream, our mother passed away on her birthday last year. So we just celebrated, well, not celebrated.
Commemorated.
There we go. Commemorated her passing and her birthday, because she passed on her birthday. Well, in this dream, it was just me, my husband Mike, my sister Burgundy, and her husband Nick. And we are...
Burgundy. Is that her nickname or her real name?
That's her... Burgundy Yvonne is her government name.
I love that.
And her middle name is not like Yvonne, not like Y-V-O-N, even though I spell it like that all the time, and my mother would get, spell her middle name with an E like it's supposed to. But anyway.
Oh, it's not like Celtic style?
No, it's like E-V-O-N or something like that. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
So we are driving around North Dakota trying to find a funeral home to have our mother's funeral.
They have roads there?
Half roads. There's snow on one side. So we're driving everywhere, but anywhere and everywhere we go, there's just fucking traffic. Everywhere. Well, next thing I know, we're walking into this one funeral home, and as we walk through the door, we are now like, the door's open, and we're now like in this hospital high-rise type situation, to where there's like, you know, like high-rise apartments have like these big picture windows or whatever. That shit scares the hell out of me. I don't know why. But we walk in and there's like this big picture window, and there is a fight going on in the sky, okay, between two transformers, like transformers, robots in disguise. Two transformers are fighting in the sky, and we are sitting there like doomsday, and we're like, we need to go in the basement. No, if we go in the basement, the house is going to collapse on top of us. Well, if the house collapses, we're going down with the ship anyways. You know, and we're arguing, but as we're arguing, the transformers are, the one transformer starts running the opposite direction of where we are, so the other transformer...
Are they like as big as transformers?
Yes, but they're like floating in the sky.
And it's not, is one of them Optimus Prime?
Well, I don't know. It was like gray. Everything was gray because they were like kicking up dust and shit. No, it's okay. I keep blowing my schnoz. So the one transformer takes off running, and the other one goes after it, and they run away from us. So we immediately feel like a little bit of relief, you know, that it's not happening right there where we're at, and that it's going farther away. And my brother-in-law, Nick, goes, look, the government's talking. I knew you were going to laugh, man. But it's what they were using to communicate that's even more funny. And no, it wasn't a dildo, because that would be even
that was
more
my
funny.
first question was it a giant dildo?
No. I don't know why, but it was two swimming pool vacuum cleaners. The ones that, like, go down on the bottom of the pool, that, like, clean the pool. There were two of them floating in the sky, had their damn...
That's what a advanced drone would look like.
And they're like talking to each other. And I woke up.
That's creepy because, you know, on the interwebs right now, there's something called like 3-1 Atlas or some shit like that. And they think it's a spaceship headed for our solar system
There's
then
something out there.
I heard from my friend that they are like weird robot people. So
Yeah.
you saw
I think I saw what
Megatron versus Optimus Prime versus the Daleks.
and that
from
they're gonna
Battles,
they're
or
gonna
from Doctor
start
Who.
recruiting. They're gonna start recruiting any form of things that we have. Next thing you know, my Swiffer Sweepers.
I was about to say
there.
you're fucking Roomba.
My Roomba.
I just noticed something over there.
No, you didn't. No.
What day?
No.
What day is? Well, okay. In all fairness, there's nothing on it, so that's not
It's fluffing
right. It's
for
airing out.
Saturday.
It's
airing out. I don't even have. So when I unpack.
Oh, wait a minute. What's all the stuff sitting on top of the
Table?
Halloween thing?
Christmas decorations.
It's okay.
It's Christmas decorations. I went to the Hoblob the other day and got a little happy. But I will say that cardboard or that Amazon box right there, that has 300 blow pops in it for Halloween.
Wow, I bet that was cheaper because they're like for 50 of them. It's fucking $15.99
I paid-
at Kroger. I was shocked. You can't buy regular chocolate and regular good stuff.
I want to say $30 for all of it. For 300, that's like $10 a bag. For 300, and then I also had some, got some Fun Dip, but I took that to my friend Cindy that we did at her house on the dock. I took it over to her house on Saturday because her house was a hospitality house because we take our holidays very serious around here. So during holidays, we tend to, like Halloween and Christmas, we go above and beyond and decorate, and then have hospitality houses where you can go visit the houses and you have weenas, and we had corn dogs and chili dogs and
they're
cheese dogs.
doing the same thing in Tip City, y'all, right now. I saw all these signs out on all the houses when we went for a walk, and they all said this home will be featured in holiday something something something. But so they're having a big competition in Tip City. An old friend of mine, she is a designer. I'm sure she'll be designing some of those holiday rooms, possibly.
Ooh, you can
Let's
go
hope so.
decorate the tree that's not
She
in my
has.
dining
She
room.
has in the past, and let me tell you, I loved the one room. So
I can't wait to decorate that tree though, because the neighbor gave me that tree and it's a nice, it doesn't look like a fake tree.
no, it doesn't, and it's the perfect width.
And it's not.
It's got a lot of girth.
It doesn't have, like, you know how when you have to separate all the branches and you get all them cuts and stuff on you? It did not do, it's very much, you'll have to touch it. It's a very different material than the normal. You'll have to squeeze it and make love to it. But yeah. I want to congratulate my sister on her new teeth.
Congratulations. We know how that is. It's a
You'll
horrible
probably
thing.
see them, or you might have already seen them if she's been in the dispo, Amy.
They might have done curbside. A lot
Maybe.
of people do once they figure out they get the same thing every week.
So, this Friday, Beggars Night, from 6 to 8 here at my home. If you would like to get married, I am marrying people for free. Like, if you want to bring your marriage license and have a legally binding wedding and me fill out the paperwork, then we can do that. But if you want to scare the shit out of your non-committed significant other, we can also do that too. It's trick or treat. You know, it's really,
We love tricks.
we love turning tricks. So we were talking about some scary things that have happened to us, and Nick hit me with a doozy before. Of course, sometimes my elevator gets stuck, and I can't really get it to the top, and then and then he gets up under it, and he's like pushing it, and then it finally gets there, and I'm like, oh, that is creepy. It took me a minute, but by golly, is that the one you're gonna tell?
That one and another one.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so, one time, Charles and I were leaving Courtney's house. And as we're driving up the street, we make our little right turn and we're going to, go towards Chuck's because at the time he only lived 3 blocks away. Well, all of a sudden, for no reason, we're on the wrong road. We're like way up by this little strip that had a donut and then like Fox Cleaners right there. And we're like, how did we get here? We were just turning right to go a completely opposite direction on another street on an intersection a block away. Well, we felt like we got abducted. We had only maybe a minute or two of missing time, so whatever they did, it wasn't much. And, but then it gets creepy. Chuck starts recording with his phone, and he's like holding it up like this while I'm driving, looking at me, looking at the weird light we're seeing off in the distance. And then all of a sudden we're just pulling up in front of Chuck's apartment. Well, the phone all of a sudden had video footage like it had been placed down next to the seat, instead of like footage from up here where Chuck had it the whole time. So it was all the audio, but you couldn't see nothing.
That's weird.
And it was like, Helke Park is kind of a weird place, Amanda. It's got horrible energy. It was a farm for like 200 years before it was a big plat in a park. And that was really scary.
I've been freaked out too, to lose time like that, and then footage.
Right, because it's like we got abducted by aliens.
And we have proof, and then,
right,
no you don't.
Other aliens or the government or whoever came and fixed it and erased it, but didn't do it in the right way, didn't set us down in the right fucking street, nothing. So, that happened.
What? Tell the other one.
Oh, so even farther back in the before time, it's in the
1900s.
Yeah, back in the 1900s, at the turn of the century. I was with Chuck and a person that shall remain nameless because they're like Voldemort. If you say their name, it summons them.
Ew.
And we were stoned, maybe a little bit drunk, but you don't hallucinate on either of those things, so whatever. And we're driving down next to the dam, okay, down on Meeker Road. Because it's all magical when you're fucked up. It's like driving through a little village. And all of a sudden, just like a creepy fucking like Haunted Mansion movie, all the fog got sucked into the shape of a being. And it looked kind of like the ghost Daryl Hannah from High Spirits when we were kids in the 80s.
Oh my god,
okay,
I haven't heard of that movie in years, but yes, I know exactly. Wow.
It looked at us, and mind you, I'm driving 35 miles per hour, but this is on the flat part, like right in front of Allwood. And whatever this thing was flew towards us, and then flew all the way up to the window, and then over the truck. Now, I will always give you that, like, it could have been a play of lights and all.
Ball lightning, we learned about that last episode.
But let's be for real. Windows, like, a big fog bank suck down into a being.
Right. It usually disperses, it doesn't.
Right,
join.
like, it was really fucking creepy. But the three of us saw it.
Well, I know of one pretty scary for me anyway. And I'll think of another one, but when I was about 13 or 14, okay, that might help me to, I'll tell this one and then maybe you can tell that and I can think of another one. When I was about 13 or 14, my cousin lived with us and he had a best friend, Jody. Jody just lived the next street up. Like, we were very familiar with his family. Like, we still are. We're still very much involved with that family.
How did he spell his name?
Jody?
Was it with a Y?
Yes, Jody.
Okay.
So he was in an accident and ended up passing away. Okay. And I remember the night that he passed away, I was sitting, like, my porch was here, right? Mm-hmm. My grandma's on the swing. My one cousin, his friend Denny, was here. My other cousin was here, and I'm out here and I'm looking up this way. And the call comes in, and it was Jody's sister, letting him know that he had passed away. And, Denny broke down, and da-da-da-da. Next morning comes around. And our house, when I came out of my room to go down the hallway, you can look down the hallway and see right into our family room. Now there's like these doors. Style. Yeah, there's doors that open up, so it's not like completely open, but the doors are open. And they're like the folding kind of doors from back in the 80s, you know. So those were open. Now I couldn't see the bed or my cousin Denny's sleeping in the bed. He worked, I think, third shift at that time. Or no. Anyway, that was irrelevant. So he's in the bed. I'm getting ready for school. I get ready to leave and I go to sit on the couch. Well, when I'm sitting on the couch, I can see right into that room as he's laying there. Now, he's laying in the bed. He's in a dead sleep. But the blankets are hanging off of him and off the bed and down onto the floor. And in the folding and manipulation of said blanket, I could see the imprint of Jody in that fucking blanket. And he was like, he was on one knee and he had another knee up and he was up like this, and it was like he was disappointed in himself, and he was like, I could feel like he was disappointed in himself, and that he was like warning Denny, don't do anything fucking stupid like I did, because the accident could have been prevented. But it scared the living shit out of me, and I was at that bus stop for 30 minutes before I was supposed to. And it scared but that was the first time that I had ever like physically seen something with my own two eyes that I could not explain, other than it was Jody. It was like, you know, people see the image of Jesus in toast. I saw Jody in a fucking blanket. And I know that's who it was. Like, he had a bandana on his head, and like, it was the strangest thing I've ever seen.
That's creepy.
It is creepy. It scared the living Jesus out of me, and I was out the door.
I would have been too.
I bet.
Well, that triggered a short one, and then I'll tell my other one.
Go ahead, because I need to find another one.
I was at the bus stop, and you know how fucking early, well, maybe your school didn't start that early, but at my school,
at 7:10.
We got on the bus at like 5:50 or something like that for the high school, because we were the first plat picked up on the country route. And then the last plat dropped off on the country route. So we always had a ridiculous bus ride. Well, anyway, it's me, the neighbor girls from behind me. They're 3 grades apart. And then the neighbor girls from down the street, and they're 3 grades apart. Well, we're all at the bus stop, just jamming, talking shit. Erica's over smoking her cigarette. And this guy jogs by. He disappears like in a movie and is gone. And we all flipped out. So he's jogging next to this tree. It wasn't, he jogged out of the light. Like, we investigated. He just disappeared.
I know one. I just read it on Facebook this morning. So let me read it. I'll just read it out loud because it just dawned on me. So I was like, should I tell a story about my friend Josh, or should I tell a story about my dead gay brother in the cabinet? Well, this is about my dead gay brother in the cabinet.
Yes.
And I have a witness to this.
She has him in the cabinet.
He was never in the closet, but...
Completely sterilized, of course.
Right. Please tell me that it was today that I saw it, not yesterday.
Oh, you check your thingies?
Oh, I know what it was.
I
Hold
always
on.
forget
Here's
to.
back.
Once in a blue moon, they'll try to. Like,
Okay, here it is.
do it.
All right. So this was back in 2013, or 2023, I'm sorry. The other day I had a random event play out in my head. Hello, this is Heaven. To leave a message for a loved one, press 1. And then I press 1. And I says, girl, Britney Spears just published a tell-all. Me at call number 2. Press 3, request a sign from a loved one. And it says, Cameron is my witness. At 2:39 this morning, Cameron texts me to let the dog out. I wake up because he broke through my do not disturb. I go in his room confused because I think he has Ripley in there. He says, sorry, Mom, I thought you were awake because of the music. And I said, what music? Billy had turned the Alexa on in the bathroom and it was playing Lucky by Britney fucking Spears.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah. So go ahead with your next one.
Well, okay, I'll do both. This one's kind of similar. My friend thought they lived in a vortex, okay, which I'm going to just say, being a sober person, they probably did live in a vortex. Not going to lie, because I was witness to some weird shit at that house. And anyway, you come up to the door, and all I could hear was music so loud, it was like he was having a club in there. And I'm like, oh, he's having fun. So I'd bang on the door, bang, 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 wait 10, 15 minutes, sometimes smoke a bowl just in case he had just gotten in the shower, and that's why. And then I would leave, and all of a sudden he'd get all my texts and be like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just sitting at the kitchen table talking to so-and-so. We didn't have any music on. I was like, well, I just knocked on your door.
Yeah, something was preventing you from going in there.
And the music was super loud. I'm not the only person this happened to. Like, other people had come to his door and the same thing had happened. But they had also been on the other side, on the inside, when people said they came by, and they're like, no.
Right.
And it's like something going on Helke Road in Vandalia.
Woo.
Don't move to Helke Park, y'all. It looks nice. There's an elementary there. There's like shit to do. Don't do it.
Well, here's a quick one about I can't leave my best friend Josh now. Ever since he passed away, it'll be a year in December. He has not left me. We made a death pact. He lives here and fucks with me all the time. He just told me hi this morning while I was pooping.
Like, he's sitting right there. And
He
see
really
where
is. You can
someone's
see
sitting.
where the head print is. Like, he probably is sitting right there. And people think I'm crazy. I'm not asking you to fucking believe me. I'm okay with being the only one that believes. But
I think
now,
most people, or at least 60 to 70%, have had a supernatural experience.
right. Well, see, my husband don't really believe in that stuff, but he said ever since Josh died, he believes just a little bit more because of the things that
Unexplained things.
So Josh came to me and told me before his daughter even knew, my daughter is pregnant, it's going to be a girl, and for the love of God, I want Naomi to be in that name somewhere. He's always loved that name. I got the message, I wrote it down, I wrote the time, the date, everything, put it in an envelope and wrote the daughter's name on it and put it up and waited. And then she told us she was pregnant. And I held it up and I was like, I know everything already. She was born a month ago. Her name is Paisley Naomi Ann is her.
She's cute. I saw a picture.
She is so beautiful. And then another time.
Was she a C-section baby?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
because her face was so cute.
It's
You know what I mean?
perfect.
Like, they look a little weird
Kenzie
until
must
they
have one of
stretch
them
back
perfect
out.
vaginal canals.
She must. People with white
Because
hips usually do.
Both kids their heads were perfect. So another thing that he did, there was a spouse of one of his children. Josh and I were very close, and we were close, almost as close as two best friends could be without being a couple, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm.
That's how close we were. So you would never throw me in his face, and don't ever throw him in mine. And that's like goes for anybody.
Right.
So there was a point that came where one of his in-laws was using that as like a guilt trip thing. What would Josh think you doing this? Or what would Josh think you saying that?
Well, I know.
I said, I'm going to tell you something right now, motherfucker. Don't you ever bring our relationship up again. Don't you ever question it. Don't you ever say, what would he say? What would he do? Because, motherfucker, I've known him since I was a fucking sperm and an egg, and you've only been his in-law for so long. So watch how you're talking to me. And I said, and another thing, he just told me to tell you, you done pissed him off. If I were you, I wouldn't fucking drive today. What'd they do? They fucking drove. As soon as they got to their destination, they popped a fucking tie rod. I said, what the fuck did I tell you? I said, better not talk to me like that again. And that's the honest to God's fucking truth.
Oh, shit.
Don't fucking play with me, bro. You done pissed him off.
They're still there everywhere. It's like squirrels just running
And
around.
after I told him that, and I sat there, I said, you better just talk nicer to me. And she's like, I know, I'm sorry. So let's go from the creepy to the fucking ridiculous that I read out of Scotland.
Scotland.
Airdrie, Scotland. Okay, this is a spooky real life thing that has happened.
Spooky. Sorry.
So, let's talk about Kira Cousins. She is from Scotland.
Is she related to Keira Knightley?
I don't know. Maybe Daly. So, she is from Scotland, and she goes on social media announcing her pregnancy. She posts her gender reveal. Congratulations, it's a girl. Gives her the name Bonnie Lee.
Bonnie Lee.
Isn't it cute? So cute. If you know, you know. Nick doesn't know, but he's about to. So the baby is born, okay? The pictures are posted. There's a pic of the dad holding the baby. But for whatever reason, she would never let her friends come see the baby. Never let the friends hold the baby. Dad fed, diapered baby. And after she posted the pic, she tells everybody the baby died and removes all photos. But the dumb-ass daddy realized after he was getting ready to change the diaper, it was a fucking reborn doll. She like does this big announcement. I had the baby. This is the day I had the baby. This is this. This is that. This is this. This is that. The father goes and sees the baby. Obviously not in the hospital. Father goes and sees the baby. His dumbass holds this plastic doll, feeds it, diapers it. Like, bitch, do you not know that this heifer ain't breathing? And to see, let me show you a picture of what the son of a bitch looks like. Cause I'm sorry, ain't nobody that fucking stupid. And if you are, I got a lot of land that I'd like to sell you.
I've never been for forced sterilization ever. I think I would almost be for sterilization of the father and the mother.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not right to be the kind of person that would go along with that.
Yeah, it was like...
That's wild. Absolutely wild. How do you...
Now, how did you not know that that's a fake-ass baby?
It's creepy as fuck, but it's totally fake. It's like this. It's like...
I don't know if y'all can see that, but... Like, you know... Take it from somebody...
Oh my god, because it was moving?
No, they put AI on it. Somebody did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to be like...
Somebody else did that. But yeah, how do you just not... How do you just not know? How do you
Like,
just not
I
know?
knew when I saw that thing for sale at Cracker Barrel. Remember, like, how in the 80s they always had weird
The
dolls?
little dolls, yes.
At Cracker Barrel, and they looked real as fuck. And then Grandma and Grandpa, that was in their cute little outfits, but only this tall, and they looked real as fuck. I knew they wasn't. When...
He's a dumbass.
It's like the baby version of a real doll. You know those things that adults buy?
But it will be, but I mean, it doesn't even. The little girl that lives down the street that's at the bus stop this morning. The baby that she had was more realistic than that baby. Because I looked at that baby, I said, well, that I would have liked something like that when I was curious. Because that looked like a real ass
baby. And that
baby.
was not from The Onion or from...
Oh no, this was
The Inquirer.
true. This was 100% true. Like, it's all. She went on social media and did like a. I don't know if she did an apology.
Well, I
But-
wouldn't say shun her, but there's got to be some mental illness there, so I can't say shun her.
Yeah.
But if she's not mentally ill, y'all, and you're her friends and you're listening to this, shun her. Let her, like, for like maybe a couple years, let her know that's not right.
So, before we sign off, a friend of mine's granddaughter had posted a picture of her Halloween outfit with her and her friends over the weekend. One was I'll even show it to you because we were talking about it this weekend, so I want to show it to you. So
I love that shit.
This prompted my want to do this because she posted this picture of them. Come on, here it is. And right here is the caption. It says, "A nurse, a police officer, and Scooby-Doo walk into a bar." Now, those are the costumes that she and her friends have on. Well, of course, I said, firstly, you guys look fabulous. Secondly, I had to go to Chat GPT and have them make the joke. And the joke was, a nurse, a police officer, and Scooby-Doo walk into a bar. The bartender looks up and says, is this an emergency, a crime scene, or an emotional support situation? And the dog says, depends on how strong the drinks are. So I was like, how fun would it be for Nikki B and I to make up something like Frankenstein, Britney Spears, and Jesus walk into a bar, make it into a joke?
That's going to be pretty good. Because as far as I'm concerned,
Okay.
Britney Spears is the Lord and Savior.
Say, Frankenstein, Britney Spears, and Jesus walk into a bar. The bartender says, what is this, some kind of resurrection tour? Jesus orders water. Britney orders toxic on the rocks. Frankenstein just grunts. Make mine electric.
I absolutely love that the AI was able to make
it make
resurrection out of that, because that they all three were resurrected. Britney Spears was released from her mental prison in her own home.
Good job, Chabby.
Yeah, it's learning, because that was
So we
pretty-
need 3 more randoms. What should we say?
Okay, did you do Divine?
Yeah, we did Divine
Okay.
yesterday, but we can do her again.
No, let's not. Okay, I want Michelle Pfeiffer. Who's the Harry Potter kid?
Can we just say Harry Potter?
Okay, so Catwoman, Harry Potter, and Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me turn this off so I can do this without even getting interruptions. All right. Catwoman, Caitlyn Jenner, and Harry Potter walk into a bar, make it into a joke.
Oh wow, this is gonna be good, you guys. Oh wow.
Catwoman, Caitlyn Jenner, and Harry Potter walk into a bar. Bartender says, what'll it be? Catwoman purrs, milk. Brr. Caitlyn says, make mine a transition shot. And Harry waves his wand and yells, Expecto Patronum! And all of that appears on his bar tab.
That was pretty good.
Okay, let's see. What can we do now? Alice Cooper
Kobe Bryant.
and Carrot Top walk into a bar, make it a joke.
Oh, this is gonna be fucking bad. That's why I said the one name.
Okay. They didn't reference the helicopter crash. Okay,
Okay, good. I know. I was like thinking, uh-oh.
Alice Cooper, Kobe Bryant, and Carrot Top walk into a bar. The bartender looks up and says, this has got to be a setup for something scary, legendary, or just plain weird. Alice orders a drink with a bite. Kobe says, I'll take a shot. And Carrot Top pulls a rubber chicken out of his bag and says, I brought my own mixer.
That was cool. I like how it also didn't make fun of Kobe being passed away. I thought it was going to, for sure.
Okay, let's see. Nell Carter
Roseanne Barr.
and a fish walk into a bar. Make it a joke. Nell Carter, Roseanne Barr, and a fish walk into a bar. The bartender says, what'll it be? Nell says, give me a break, or give me a little break. Roseanne says, make mine a double, I've been rebooted enough. And the fish just gasps, water, please, water! Because he ain't in the water, he's just walking in the bar. He needs water!
This is going to be bad for comedians, because some of these are pretty funny.
Let's see.
But you know what? It's all about comedic timing and delivery, too.
Right.
So I could see how you could use this, like, if your joke just wasn't working out right, maybe you could run it. I don't know. I'm not going to be a hater, because it's something that people are going to use in the future every day. So I'm not going to be one of those people who are like, fuck telephones, I'm only going to use the Boop, 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 boop. What was that called? Western Union.
Western Unions. Did they? Yeah, I don't know if they even still do that. I have one. Bob Marley. Charlie Manson.
Big Frida.
Big Frida walk into a bar. Make it a joke.
I hope it knows who Big Frida is.
Bob Marley, Charles Manson, and Big Frida walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Oh, what's the occasion?" Bob Marley says, "We just came to jam." Charles Manson mutters, "I'll take whatever's legal." And Big Frida slams down a tequila and says, "I don't care about your vibe. I'm painting this bar revolutionary red."
That's pretty good because it does know who Big Frida is. That's in one of Big Frida's videos. It just
What
watched a
if-
whole Big Frida video.
What
That's
if
fucking
we did
weird.
this? Johnny Cash, RuPaul, and Tina Turner walk into a haunted house. Make it a joke.
That could be-
Ghost pops up and says, "Boo." Johnny growls, "I'll walk the line away from you." RuPaul struts, "Honey, you better sashay out of here." And Tina Turner screams back, "What's love got to do with any of this?"
That was pretty good, Chat GPT. Good job.
One more.
Okay. Okay. Let's do Gwen Stefani.
Lord Voldemort.
Taylor Swift. Go kayaking together. Make it a joke.
Halfway down the river, Halfway down the river, Voldemort says, "I can't feel my nose." Gwen shrugs, "Well, that's just not cool." And Taylor Swift starts writing a song about kayaking through heartbreak, featuring the Dark Lord and a blonde diva. Okay.
Okay.
Gay Satan, gay politician, and a gay priest walk into Denny's. Make it a joke. The waiter says, "Table for 3. Satan says, "Just here for the flaming pancakes." The politician adds, "And some spin on the side." The priest chimes in, "I'll bless the syrup." No,
That
we
one fell
can't
a
end
little
that way.
short.
We can't
A
end
little
that way.
short.
No. Santa Claus, Gandhi, and Ron Jeremy walk on the site of a porn video. Make it a joke.
This is gonna be good.
Okay, so Santa Claus, Gandhi, and Ron Jeremy walk into the set of a porn video. Santa laughs, "Ho ho ho, wrong kind of workshop." Gandhi sighs, "I'm here seeking peace, not a piece of ass." And Ron Jeremy just mutters, "Well, this is even awkward for me."
That was good. I like Gandhi's response.
I'm not here for this. Just peace, not a piece of ass. Well, mahalo. That's Hawaiian. Namaste.
Namaste.
See you next week.
See you next week. And next week, it'll be Thanksgiving.